Hi, Joseph. I'm sorry, but Angela and Cooper already left for the day.
Oh, it was you I actually wanted to see.
Oh,
I may be spending some more time here on church business.
well, that's great news.
Wanted to ask you how you'd feel if I established regular office hours. Not just on Sundays. I promise I won't conflict with school hours.
Of course, it sounds like there are big changes happening for you.
Bit of a crossroads.
I know the feeling.
Something on your mind?
I'm worried about Henry.
Yeah, he's carrying a very heavy burden. And I don't know how to help him put it down.
I don't either.
I wonder if pretend, if Joseph needs his own space or Elizabeth, needs her own space for teaching. I'm just wondering, I don't know, if it comes to worse, one of them would need to build up a new building, for church only or for school only. But for now, they seem to be whole business partners, try to work around it and make it work for the both of them. And then Elizabeth, she has Henry on her mind, and to me, she's thinking about Henry and Rosalie, but in this moment, she didn't want to say much to Joseph. But it does sound like Joseph is leaning toward the pastor job instead of taking the offer from Lee to be a business partner.
Henry, I think we should talk about Rosaline.
How is she? Is she okay?
She needs to heal just as much as you do. You could help each other.
I don't know if, I feel like I'm the last person that she would want to talk to.
I think you owe it to her to try. And I think you owe it to yourself, too.
This can be a very touchy topic, but I do like how Elizabeth approached him because, one, it's important for Henry and Rosalie to talk it out. Second of all, you don't want one of them, or God forbid, if Rosalie died first, or if Henry died someday and Rosalie never had the chance to make it right with Henry or forgive him in person. So it's best to, sort it out now, right? Instead of holding the grudges for many years to come. And Henry had been carrying that heavy burden, like Joseph and Elizabeth talk about in the previous scene. It's not healthy for you, so it's really important that Henry should try to talk to Rosaline. And I like how Elizabeth approached him, in a gentle, nice manner. And I always see Elizabeth as a daughter to Henry, keeping an eye on her uncle, her dad, making sure that he's okay. And by now, Henry always listened to Elizabeth, even though something that she advised him on, he doesn't listen to her right away, but he's very appreciative, and he has good listening ears whenever Elizabeth encouraged him to do something that, put him out of his comfort zone, and this is tough, he needs to be the one that initiate the conversation with Rosaline, but it's the best thing that he can do right now, to try to talk to her and make it right.
Dr. Hickam, you're needed.
You called, nurse?
You seriously need to finish that ice cream first before anything else. That's so funny. I wonder if the patient gonna figure it out what's really going on, that Mike is truly not a doctor. they can get in trouble though, technically, like, but yeah, I bet we will see what happened next later on in this episode with them, but it's really funny at the same time.
Don't ask me why I have 2 of these.
Can you spare one?
I can spare both.
Thanks.
Can't remember the last time I baked banana bread.
If you bake banana bread, I know a few people that would take it out of your hands.
Just in case. My goodness, that's a lot of stuff. Butter churn for Madeline?
He wants to put flowers in it.
Well, women like that sort of thing. Don't they?
Who wouldn't?
Just trying to be neighborly.
Of course you are.
Nathan and Elizabeth, they are really, really good friends, and I'm not gonna deny that. I guess what I'm trying to say is like I'm having like these binoculars to like figure out like when the downhill, started to happen. But for now, it seemed like everything going well with Lucas and Elizabeth. We just hit over the holiday season. It is springtime now in Hope Valley. We haven't heard much about wedding talks yet, and oh my goodness, now it's making me think. We haven't even like heard them say, is it a spring wedding or a summer wedding, Elizabeth dress. So yeah, now I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is like a warning sign to me. It's gonna happen. Lucas and Elizabeth not gonna work out. I'm sorry if I'm, spoiling for anyone that haven't watched the season, but I guess I'm just trying to figure out, how it happened, why it happened. And I guess I'm gonna vent a little bit. I'm only gonna be Team Lucas. In the beginning of the love triangle, I did see potential with Nathan and Elizabeth and Lucas. But I think what really drew me more to Lucas was that he was different. And he wasn't a Mountie. And he just brought this fresh and unique storyline with his character, and I really, really enjoyed his character development over the years. The actor Chris, he's great, and I think he did his character justice. Nathan, I love him too, and he's a great guy. He's a great Mountie. Both men are not perfect. They do have their own strengths and weaknesses, and they have their own life stories. And I guess it's a matter of who Elizabeth wants. But in reality, what happened in episode 12, I think that was just a major disappointment and a major disrespect to the loyal fans, especially Team Lucas. My dad, if my dad shook his head, then there's something wrong with the writers on the show. So to me, it's gonna be hard for me watching the rest of the season, and I'm starting to have binoculars, have my eyes on Nathan, because I was just trying to understand, how it happened, did something happen that led Elizabeth to do that decision making near the end of this season. But anyway, so no holiday, we skipped the holiday, no wedding dress, no wedding date set. What's going on, with the wedding season of Elizabeth and Lucas. I feel like, they're too busy with what's going on with Hope Valley, and Hope Valley economy is booming, and Rosaline is in town. So I'm just curious to see how it happened for the next 6 episodes. But other than that, they're very helpful with Bill, and Elizabeth is picking up on what Bill is trying to do. She's like, oh, you have this thing for this lady. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my eyes on Nathan. But I was just I don't know, the way that Nathan and Elizabeth look at each other, I'm like, okay, I don't know. I felt like it was more than just a friendly look,
Elizabeth tells me you're interested in becoming a nurse.
Well, we talked about it, but it wasn't that serious.
Rosaline, you still blush when you fib.
Well, this would mean going to nursing school, and I don't have that kind of money.
We'll find the money. And now you have a job. And after school, we'll see if Dr. Carter is willing to...
Mom, I can't. I'm leaving for South Carolina in a week. It'll be great. Some things just aren't meant to be.
Wondering if Henry gonna help her in some ways or whatnot. But I'm glad that Molly initiated, they finally have that deep mom and daughter talk. And of course, Molly wants the best for her. Like, as a mom, you want the best for your kids. Rosaline is making the wrong choice, and she knows it. Hopefully, she realized and changed her mind and go after nursing, because, like Elizabeth and Molly believed in, they believed that Rosaline would rather be a nurse and instead of being a nanny for many years to come.
Are you sure you put it back together properly?
I'm pretty sure.
Did you institute a new staff uniform, Hiccup? Excuse me.
That patient is a nightmare. I don't know how Faith does it.
She's an angel. That's how.
Is that an antenna?
I had to improvise. It should pick up radio frequencies and convert them to sound.
Well, you're free to try it, but I still think the problem is inside this radio.
Hey, did you check the power supply, Ned?
Yes, I even replaced one of the coupling capacitors, but maybe there's a loose connection.
All right, well, while you tinker, I'm going to figure out how to hook this up.
Lucas, I was wondering if I might ask you a favor.
Poor Mike. He being a great support to Faith in pretending to be a doctor. Fiona with the antenna, I mean, that's impressive. I'm like, I don't even know how to do that. She is one intelligent and awesome lady. And Ned thinking that he will get it right, find the source of the issue with this radio. But I'm pretty sure by the end of this episode, Fiona gonna be the hero of the day. Gang, Bill, and Lucas, that sounds very, very interesting. I wonder what it might be. But either way, I'm sure Henry will find out that Lucas tried to offer to Rosaline about giving her a job at the hotel.
Shh. Okay. I heard you're doing a special edition of the Valley Voice.
I am?
I'd like to place an ad.
Oh. The Hope Valley Scholarship, available to all current and former students of the Jack Thornton School. Well, this is news. And who's creating the scholarship, may I ask?
The donor would like to remain anonymous.
So this is your secret.
No, it's not my secret.
Oh.
Didn't Elizabeth tell you that you had some kind of a special surprise?
Yes, she did.
That secret. That is not this secret. This is someone else's secret.
Oh, come now. No one can stay anonymous. Not in a town this size.
Yeah.
You might as well admit it to us. On the record.
So if that's not the secret, then please do tell what is.
Will.
Fine. The saloon got a radio.
Hot. Sorry. Hot dog. That's exciting.
Yeah.
That is wonderful, Lucas, and newsworthy.
Well, it's not news until we can get it to work.
Oh. Well, then I definitely won't tell anyone. Who wants to hear about a broken radio.
No one. Which is why it's a secret.
Thank you.
A radio.
Oh, I did not see that coming. That is a big and very, very kind gesture from Henry. So basically, he trying to make up for it with Rosaline by putting that ad out to Lucas, using Lucas to put an ad out for scholarship to students that need the scholarship for college. Hopefully Rosaline will read it. Hopefully she will find out. Hopefully she will take it. I wonder if she's gonna figure it out, you know. But of course Henry doesn't want anyone to know what he's really doing, and that's a humble man right there. And Rosemary, she always like trying to find out, you know, the secret and all. And Lucas, he's funny. He's like, oh yeah, a radio, but it's broken. So that's a secret. And Rosemary's like, dang it. But yeah, Rosemary, I don't want to be mean, but I feel like she loved to gossip, you know, and, you know, being in a town, like, everyone knows you, everyone knows everything about you. The word of mouth is pretty quick in Hope Valley. But again, that was very nice of Henry doing that, and that's also very nice of Lucas doing that for Henry, because Henry doesn't want to put a name to his face, you know. He doesn't want people to find out that it's from Henry.
Well, he offered to make me partner, Minnie. Didn't feel like the right time.
I understand. Let's enjoy our evening. We'll know when the time is right.
A partner in what, Daddy?
Coulter Lumber, sweetheart.
Does that mean you'd be the boss?
Means I'd be partner. But, yeah, I guess I would be the boss alongside Mr.
I thought I heard something. Come on.
Hi, Cooper.
Come on in, guys.
Angela.
Yeah. Oh, you look lovely. Careful. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, what do we got here?
You like that?
Oh, it smells delicious.
Well, Joseph needs to tell his answers to Lee eventually, most likely at dinner or after dinner. But there's a nice gathering, having these two families having dinner together. I think this is the first time we've seen this happen. But yeah, it's nice, and hopefully Joseph will sort it out with Lee about becoming partners.
Is that a radio? No, it's a box.
An attractive box.
Oh.
Is that a radio?
Yes, it is. And that is not how I wanted you to find out about it.
I'm so sorry. But if you wanted to wow me, you wowed me.
Maybe if they could get it to work.
I have no doubt they will.
So Henry came to me with an interesting request, a scholarship for all former and current students of the Jack Thornton School.
Interesting timing.
He wants it to be anonymous.
Of course he does, for Rosaline's sake. It's a very generous offer, but I don't think giving money away is going to help either one of them heal.
Well, all right. Think I fixed it.
Oh. Okay, well.
That was a close call. They're trying their very best to get it fixed without anyone noticing it's actually a radio. Lucas, he spilled the beans to Elizabeth. I mean, he knows that Elizabeth would keep it as a secret. Of course, Elizabeth knew that's something that Henry would do, but she made a good point. Like, they need to talk it out. They need to express their emotion, their words, and talk in the actual conversation. You know, Henry trying to do something, but like Elizabeth said, it's not gonna fix Henry and Rosaline relationship 100%. And then Ned and Fiona and Mike gave it another try at the radio, and it got worse. And it's funny though, Lucas is like the investor, like he paid for it, you know, he spent money on it, and he's just like shaking his head at his employees. Hopefully they get it fixed for real before the end of this episode. I think it'll be a great surprise for everyone in Hope Valley.
Hi.
How's he doing?
Mr. Hunter.
Light.
Impatient. More than you should be. So I hear there's something going on over at the saloon. Wanna go see what it is?
Sure. Nathan. Nothing's changed since we last tried. With us, I know that you're trying, and I appreciate that. There's something in the way. There's always been. I wish things could be different, but they're not.
Faith, I don't know what's wrong with me.
There's nothing wrong with you. It's just the way it is. And I miss having you as a friend.
I miss that too.
We're good that way. You make me laugh. And I like your dog.
Really? I guess I like him too, yeah. So, where do we go from here?
Go back to the way things were.
I love that.
I was gonna say no lunch happened because Faith was so busy with Mr. Hunter, and Nathan showed up at the end of the day, and that was very nice of him, just to try to spend time with her and make up for what happened during the day with Mr. Hunter. They didn't have time to have lunch together. However, things changed around, and I'm like, here we go. This is the start of the downhill. Faith, kudos to her for being honest with him, confronting him, being honest about her feelings for him and what she wants in their friendship, in their relationship. And Nathan, kudos to him for being honest. He's like, yeah, I love that. I would love for us to be friends again. But he did have some low self-esteem. He was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. And he pour his heart out. He stepped out of his comfort zone and give it a shot with Faith. And now Faith, doesn't want to be dating him, continue to date him. And he respects her, and she's like, it's better to end it now and just go back to friends instead of torturing each other and not liking dating each other, and causing more friction, within the relationship. If you need to end the relationship, you need to end it now. And yeah, so I guess Nathan is single, and it's just what happened to May, I wonder if anything gonna happen. Don't spoil it for me. But yeah, oh boy, Nathan's single again. Oh my god, if I'm feeling like this right now, it's gonna be worse if I talk about season 11.
Can we see Goldie, Mrs. Coulter?
Of course you can. Just tiptoe on up.
Help your sister.
Well, that is one of the best meals I've had in a very long time. Has anybody heard if Lucas has the radio up and running yet?
Well, if Fiona has anything to say about it, they'll get it going.
Radio?
Yes, can you believe it? Hope Valley is going to have its very own connection to the world. Radio is the future, or so I keep hearing.
Oh, brother. I wonder if it's going to change anything.
Well, what could it change? We still have each other.
True.
That was really nice. I don't know if this makes sense, but Cooper wanted to see Goldie, and Angela, even though she is blind, she still wanted to go upstairs with her brother, and Lee and Rosemary, didn't mind, just go see Goldie, just, be quiet, she's sleeping. I don't know if that makes sense to you, it kind of Angela is included, all she can do is touch the baby or hear the baby cries, or make noises. Anyway, the radio, thing. The radio is not secret anymore. Now Minnie finds out, and I'm like, here we go. Word of mouth, once again, like, the word of mouth, like, spreads like wildfire in Hope Valley.
I would like to propose a toast to Joseph Canfield, my friend, and hopefully new partner in Coulter Lumber.
Congratulations, Joseph.
Congratulations.
Lee, I want to tell you how much your offer means to me, how much I appreciate your friendship.
I feel exactly the same way.
Minnie? What is it?
Now, it's not that we're not grateful.
But I'm at a crossroads. We're all only given a certain amount of time on this earth, and it's up to each of us to figure out what we're here to do.
And we believe Joseph is here to be a pastor.
There are a lot of signs pointing in different directions, but I believe I need to listen to my heart.
Well, unfortunately, you leave me with little choice. Joseph, my friend, you're fired.
Lee, my friend, I quit.
You're welcome back anytime. But the truth is, I don't think you should.
I just noticed Rosemary was drinking tea and everyone else had a glass of wine. But kudos to Joseph for speaking up and just saying it as it is, you know, just like confrontly, like I can't take the offer. It's tough, you know, it's a tough thing to do, you know, from time to time where you have to share the bad news to someone, you know, you don't want to disappoint them, you don't want anything to affect your friendship, but Lee was so understanding and he was so nice, like the bridge is still, you know, intact, you know, he can come back to the lumber company if Joseph wants to. But Lee then said, you know, I think you meant to be a pastor. And that was a very nice thing to hear from your boss and from a friend at the same time.
To Pastor Joseph.
To Pastor Joseph.
Pastor Joseph.
Thank you.
I'll get that. Excuse me. Hello? Okay, we'll be right there. That was Lucas. He wants us back at the saloon.
Oh, I wonder if there's something for us to hear.
Shall we?
I will go and gather the children.
So we have 100% full-time pastor in Hope Valley, and I truly support that and truly believe that Joseph is meant to be a pastor in Hope Valley ever since he arrived to Hope Valley, and that takes a lot of guts and confidence to believe in what you believe, you know, listen to your heart, knowing what's right for yourself and for your family, and having a supportive wife, you know. Minnie supports him either way, you know, 100%, and yeah, so now Joseph doesn't have to worry about, you know, being at crossroads and thinking what everyone's gonna think about it, and you know, having that fear of like, oh, what Lee gonna, you know, say, how he gonna feel about it. But Lee was very supportive, and that is a true friend right there.
I'm happy for Joseph.
Yes, I'm happy for Joseph too. Selfishly, not so much for me.
Oh, Lee, don't worry. A solution will present itself.
How can you be so sure?
Well, it's as Joseph always says. God will show you the way, so you don't miss a minute of our Goldie growing up.
No, I won't.
How you guys doing? Peaches.
Just about ready.
Goldie, look at you, so young and already experiencing the wonders of the radio.
You should head inside. We're moments away.
Okay, we will. See you in a minute.
That is great honesty. I don't blame Lee. Like, it's tough, you know? Like, you want to be happy for your friend, but at the same time, Lee, like, okay, what can I do next, you know? Trying to figure this out. Random thought, though, I was thinking, since Rosaline is already a nanny, I wonder if she's gonna stay in Hope Valley and work at the hotel, but at the same time be a babysitter from time to time for Gertie. Like, she already had that experience. I don't know, maybe. What if, you know?
Have you seen the news?
A scholarship for all the children of Hope Valley.
Not even an application.
Such generosity.
And an answer to our prayers.
Now you can go to nursing school. That's wonderful news, Rosaline. I'm very happy for you.
I wish we could have tested.
Certainly. Ready?
Fingers crossed.
Fiona, would you do us the honors?
I agree, as it should have been from the beginning.
Oh, this should.
There we go.
Well, that doesn't sound like music.
Not yet.
Maybe not. Rosaline would not stay in Hope Valley. Elizabeth like, a little bit too late, you know, like, oh no, like the news is already out. But then again, like Elizabeth told Lucas, it's best if Henry and Rosaline talk it out too at the same time, you know, like not only about the money, but the words, you know, talking it out, forgiveness. Now we only have like what 5-6 minutes left, I think. Yeah, I wonder if it's gonna happen. I hope it happens because it's important to talk it out and forgive that person. And Rosaline needs it as much as Henry does. Please tell me the radio is back up. I mean, this is Hope Valley. Like everything is, you know, resolved at the end of the episode, right? So here comes the radio.
Still trying to get a signal.
Oh my goodness! Music out of thin air!
Now we're putting on the Ritz. Come on, Mike.
That is so awesome. The radio finally works. Kudos to, bravo to Fiona. She did it. She saved the day.
You did it.
Fiona did. May I have this dance?
I couldn't agree more.
And you were a blessing.
Friends next to friends, can't wait.
It's the best offer I've had all night.
You're next.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Come on, big girl.
Everyone is dancing, and Faith and Nathan. I'm happy for them. Like, you know, they were honest with each other, and it's meant to be for them to be just friends. However, since I know, you know, what's gonna happen, you know, I spoiled myself on Twitter. Nathan and Elizabeth, that glance, and I was like, it does, like, I don't know, like, how to describe Elizabeth look, you know, to Nathan. Nathan, he was just, like, enjoying the moment, like, he didn't have, like, anything serious, and, you know, the way that he looked toward Elizabeth. This is my guess, like, you know, maybe, like, at first she's like, oh, Nathan is dancing with Faith, like, this is, you know, that's a good thing, like, I'm happy for him. But I felt like there was, like, a split second or, like, 2 seconds, you know, into that look that she gave to him. It's like, you know, a sign of jealousy. Like, to me, I just feel like it wasn't a look of, like, you know, I'm happy for Nathan 100%. I just felt like there's, like, an underlying feeling or thought, you know, behind that look that she gave to Nathan. I could be wrong, but, you know, it's just, like, I don't know. It wasn't like a mutual. I'm ranting now. I'm sorry. It just wasn't like a mutual general look. You know, like I'm not confident that she was just like looking at him just because. You know, I just feel like like she hiding something, you know? And Lucas so happy dancing with her, and I'm just like, oh, Lucas. Also, there was one quick second of May standing next to Nathan, and I'm like, oh, there's, you know, an open door, but no, May is watching Goldie. So I guess May and Nathan would never happen. I don't know, like, whatever happened, but I just, like, from what I read on Twitter, it's like, it didn't make sense, so I'm just wondering if the writer just, like, kind of, like, dumped everything in the second half of season 10, kind of, like, mush everything together, and then, you know, boom, like, Elizabeth is with Nathan, you know?
Should Mr. Hunter make a point of drinking 5 glasses of water a day and eating 3 balanced meals?
I was just going to say that.
So when can I get out of here?
The doctor ordered some medication for you. We're just waiting on the pharmacist. Here she is now.
Good morning. I prepared 4 milligram tablets of ferrous sulfate to be taken twice a day.
So now you're saying this lady is supposed to be a pharmacist? What is wrong with this town?
Nothing is wrong with this town. And I'm not a doctor. She is.
Good one, Doc.
I think I need to have a word with my patient.
I was like laughing. Go Mike. Finally, you know, they started to get angry and had enough with Mr. Hunter. I was thinking like they should have like talked it out with Mike outside of the doctor office, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna say this and you say that, you know, like make it look like you know everything, you know. But it seemed that, you know, they just, you know, speak up the dialogue, and Mike just like, yeah, and I'm just like, Mike, as a doctor, you should say the words, not face, you know. I don't know, like if they wanted to pretend again, you know, in the future, they should talk it first before coming inside to see the patient. I mean, if I were Mr. Hunter, I would have like figured out. I would be like, okay, why Mike is not talking, but Faith does most of the talking. And that was weird. Mr. Hunter complained about May being the pharmacist, and bam, finally that stirred up Faith to say something. I'm like, here comes the moment, here comes the moment.
I'll tell you what's not funny. When you came in here, you were barely breathing, possibly hours away from death. You had low blood pressure, you were dehydrated, and you were probably dangerously anemic. Now, how do I know this? Because I am a good doctor. And I am your doctor. Now, let me help you. And let Miss Sue help you, because she is a good pharmacist.
And how about showing them a little gratitude?
Sorry, Miss Doctor. And Miss Pharmacist. Thank you both.
Okay. Did I see something between May and Mike? But Mike, he's a great friend. He's a great guy too. He deserves to find love too. But yeah, Mike is like, you know, all for women. I'm all for equality. That's me. You know, equal between men and women. And finally, Mr. Hunter sees that, you know, women deserve, you know, the right to education and be a doctor and pharmacist too if they want to. Equal opportunities. Finally, and he thanked them both, which is really nice. I didn't expect him, you know, to say thank you, but basically, you know, Faith saved his life, you know, and Nathan too. Like, Nathan didn't find him, he would have been dead on the side of the road. Finally, they told Mr. Hunter the truth, and he was pretty cool about it. I mean, he understood why, because he was very nasty to Faith in the beginning. Like, you're a doctor, you're not a doctor. But yeah, I mean, women dealt with that, you know, back in those days. They dealt with limits, you know, limited opportunities, limited expectation from the men. But yeah, finally the truth is out. I think we rarely see Faith have a very dead, serious look on her face and tone, like serious tone. But also good for her for standing up for herself and standing up for May and, supporting May, like she spoke to Mr. Hunter on her behalf, herself, face herself, and on behalf of May.
We got this work order from Union City. It says here we're shipping 20 board feet, but every other order has been 200.
No, you're right. It's definitely supposed to say 200.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Good catch, Richard. You're doing a good job.
Thanks, boss.
You really are. How would you feel about taking on a few more responsibilities around here?
That sounds great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
God will find a way for you. There's the solution for Lee. So that's great. There had to be someone else that can replace Joseph, that can help Lee with his lumber company. But yeah, it's great. Lee has a business going great now. Rosemary has a newspaper. Lucas is doing really well with the hotel and restaurant, the pharmacy, and Faith is doing great as a doctor now. I think like businesses wise in Hope Valley, like the economy is doing really well.
Whoa. Who could that be?
I don't know.
Hello?
Good morning, gentlemen. Can I help you?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
This is private property,
Yes, I know. One of you wouldn't happen to be Bill Avery, would you?
Yeah, that's me. And who might you be?
Bernhard Montague. That's your service. And we certainly appreciate you letting us buy the land from you, Bill. We'll make it a beautiful home. You'll see.
We?
Why, yes. Madeline and I. Didn't she tell you? Mrs. St. John and I are engaged to be married. Madeline is my fiancée.
Wow, I did not see that coming. Oh, now I missed something. But she was happy with Bill, like in the beginning, getting to know him. Like they were joking with each other, teasing each other, giving each other like friendly hard time with each other, And then like she wasn't herself like for the past few episodes, and like she heartbroken, like she doesn't want to be engaged to this new man here in town. Wow, that's heartbreaking. Bill was about to make the cabin look nice and do all these hard work to surprise her and to make her comfortable and settle in Hope Valley nice and easy. Thank God Bill didn't start his project yet on the cabin. She's like, screw that. Like, she's engaged. Like, what the heck? Yeah, this is not something that Bill was expecting. Even for Nathan. I feel bad for Bill, honestly.
Hi. I know it's you behind the scholarship.
Lucas.
You need to tell Rosalie.
I'm just trying to do something good here, Elizabeth.
I appreciate that. But what are you afraid of?
And if she knows it came from me, that she will not accept it. And I need her to be okay. More than I need forgiveness.
That was the last scene of this episode. I made it. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but today is October 19. It's Thursday night, and I really have like free time after work, so this was a miracle. Hopefully I'll be able to edit throughout the weekend and have it up next week. Yeah, so I guess Rosaline will be in the next episode, but I feel like this is not closure just yet. I'm hoping that Henry will talk to Rosaline. I did like Elizabeth's outfit. That was a pretty blue. I love the design of her dress. It's a dress or a blouse. But But Elizabeth meant well. Like, she's like, you really need to talk to Rosaline because what you're doing, like, is great. The scholarship is a great idea. It's a great gift to her, but you can't do it indirectly. Like, in order to get forgiveness or some closure, like, you need to talk to her. And hopefully he will in the next episode. I think it's just like he needs to talk to her, and it's up to Rosaline if she wants to forgive him or not. But I think it's gonna benefit both Henry and Rosaline. Henry, what he said though, like that speaks who he is as a character, as a man. Like, he rather see her happy with the scholarship and become a nurse instead of receiving forgiveness from her. And I'm like, dude, like, you need to take care of yourself. Like, you really need to talk to her. You really need to ask for her forgiveness. Whether she will give it to you now or a year from now, like, just show that you're really sorry and that you know that you did a wrong thing and that, you've been carrying that burden and, to make it right with her. And then the ball will be in her court, and if she doesn't forgive Henry, well, that's between her and God. But yeah, so we'll see what happened. Yeah, I think episode 7 was, it was a good episode overall. I was a little bit surprised that Faith and Nathan ended so quickly within an episode, I guess May is not an option anymore. I will see what happened in episode 8 and 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 more to go. But yeah, I'm really sad to watch these episodes because either way, I know Elizabeth and Lucas might not be a forever thing. Again, there are no wedding talk in this episode. I think it happened a couple or 3 episodes that we haven't heard anything about wedding updates for Lucas and Elizabeth. We don't even know what season, the wedding will be in. But yeah, I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying to not be emotional, but I'm I love the show so much. Don't get me wrong, I really love the show. I just wish that when the love triangle happened, they pick one guy and be set with it. Don't change it. You know what I mean? Unless Chris Manali is leaving the show or something. I don't know if he will leave the show after what happened. Again, I haven't watched the rest of the episode. I don't know how it happened. And then by the time I watch it, I will understand a little bit more how it happened and maybe why it happened. But I feel the why, I would never understand why. But I will find out, how it happened. Nathan though, Nathan's just enjoying his life at the moment, and I'm happy for him. He tried, he tried, he give a shot with Faith, and it's just not meant to be. And I'm glad that they resolved that instead of hurting each other by continue to date and pretending to be happy to be together when they really not. So it's good that Faith and Nathan are on the same page as about being friends. Now Nathan is single again, single man, on the block, and who knows what's gonna happen. Anyway, enough ranting. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, I'm being fair. I'm trying not to I don't know, I'm talking too much. I'm just trying not to be mean or, be negative about Nathan. But I do like Nathan though. I feel he's in his his prime time, I feel he is more confident in himself. They were tough though when Faith we should be friends, they were tough because he gave an effort, a really good effort to ask her out and hang out with her and possibly go on a date with her. But I think it just shows how much improvement, like, he had over the years that he is on the show. And now he is single again. Wait, before I let you go, Teacup question of the episode. I don't really. I feel like most of you guys already watched the season. I don't have cable anymore, but anyway, Teacup question of the episode. If you already watched the rest of the season, please answer the question like your first answer, like pretend like you're watching this episode for the first time. Like, tell me your first thought about this question. Teacup question of the episode. I guess I'm gonna go with this. Do you think Rosaline will forgive Henry, or do you think she will still hold a grudge against him and leave Hope Valley with the scholarship? I think that's a good one. Anyway, I will let you go. Thank you for listening in. Especially for Team Lucas, please feel free to rant. Don't be mad, yell at me, if you see a moment, why did this happen and all that, I really want to hear it all, because I only read tweets. I haven't watched podcasts, especially Lucabeth's Lounge. I'm so excited to watch their last episode because I don't want to hear it, but at the same time, if I watch it now, I'm gonna spoil myself even more, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, feel free to rant. If there's anything in this episode that you want to rant, please feel free to talk to me. I don't know, I just feel get it out of your system, I guess that's what I'm trying to do right now. Episode 8. I'm just nervous. I'm gonna let you go. I hope you're doing well, and on to episode 8. Bye.